Horror Deconstruction.
What's up, everybody? It's Horror Deconstruction. You can find us at horrordeconstruction.tumblr.com, youtube.com/horrordeconstruction, as well as facebook.com/the Horror Deconstruction with your host Comp, and
Games for Children.
And today is sort of not a Queefing Dead episode. It's more of like Beer the Falking Schmed or something like that. We got to come up with a name after this. Let's keep
okay,
going
we'll
some
come
names
up with a name after it.
Anyway, what we're covering right now is what?
Fear the Walking Dead. Or Fear of the Walking Dead?
No, it's Fear of the Walking Dead. Fear of the Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead. A 2015 series which is a spin-off of The Walking Dead, which takes place during
Imagine
Rick's...
it wasn't. It was just coincidental.
Yeah. Takes place during Rick's coma. Well, you know, I don't know how long Rick was in a coma in the series. Do you remember it all? Was it like 3 months or something?
I think it was just a couple of weeks or something, honestly.
Oh, okay. I thought it was months, actually. So anyway, Fear the Walking Dead, this is what IMDb says. What did the world look like as it was transforming into the horrifying apocalypse depicted in The Walking Dead? This spin-off set in Los Angeles following new characters as they face the beginning of the end of the world will answer that question. Who wrote that? Anyway,
oh my.
It stars Cliff Curtis, as well as Kim Dickens, Frank Delane, and Alicia Debnam Carey as the family that have to deal with the upcoming apocalypse in the zombie world.
Is that like Jim Carrey's daughter or something?
No, it is actually.
Is it?
No. So, the Fear the Walking Dead, this show's been hyped up for a while. I was actually surprised that it was airing today. We're actually airing it after the premiere.
Yeah, I didn't even know. You told me. I was like, oh, cool, okay.
I mean, I've been seeing ads for the longest time. There's like Fear the Walking Dead posters everywhere on every bus that's like driving by in the city. And I was like, all right. I was kind of ambivalent about it. I was actually pretty impressed they had Cliff Curtis. Cliff Curtis, if anybody recognizes that actor, he's one of those actors that's in everything. He was.
I feel like I really, really do, and I just can't place him.
He's half. He's from New Zealand. I don't know why they say it's half. New Zealand is not a race, so I don't know why they say he's half New Zealand, half Maori. I would just assume he's Maori, which is from New Zealand.
Maori.
Which is not from New Zealand, excuse me. I don't know where Maoris come from. I thought it was Australia. Isn't the same? Race.
New Zealand's near Australia. You know nothing.
But Cliff Curtis, he's a pretty familiar guy. I think he's probably the most recognizable guy. There's also the lady who's playing his wife, who was played by Kim Dickens. I think she was in Prisoners. I could be wrong.
She's in certain stuff. Like, I was looking, not anything I watch, but, you know, she's been in things people would know.
She's certainly recognizable as well. I guess maybe she wasn't in Prisoners. I'm thinking of her.
She's in
anyway.
Deadwood. Oh, she's in Lost, actually.
Oh, she was in Deadwood, right? She was that woman.
Who the hell's Cassidy Phillips in Lost?
Did you see Deadwood? That
no.
show? Okay, so I think she was playing some lady. Yeah. I only saw like Deadwood for like 1 second. I hear it's a great show, but I did not bother watching the rest of it, which I guess is bad on me. Anyway, so also this.
Oh, she's one of the people that Sawyer conned. Whatever. Okay. Anyway, on and on we go.
So there's also the son played by Frank Delane, playing Nick Clark, and he sort of is a mix of Evan Peters and Jack White, sort of looking guy. Like when he sort of looks like Evan Peters when he gets into the hospital, and then by the time he leaves the hospital, he sort of looks like Jack White walking around and disheveled and crazy with those crazy clothes, like a hipster. And then there's also Alicia, who's playing Alicia, but there's a Y in the real Alicia's name, who plays the bitchy daughter, who's having a relationship with a nice boy who's an artist.
She's really not bitchy. She just doesn't like her drug addict fuck-up brother.
She also didn't like her dad, Cliff Curtis' stepdad.
She's racist against the Maori tribe.
Apparently everybody's racist. I'm pretty sure after watching this, I'm pretty sure Robert Kirkman is racist. No, I'm just kidding. Because they killed about, at least already in the first episode, they have to make sure that we're watching a Walking Dead show because they kill about 5 black characters.
Yeah, we have to know that at the end of society, even then, black people are drug dealers.
That, and then they get killed easily. Like, you know how, what is it, like, T-Dog got killed, all those black characters.
Oh, that got me angry when T-Dog died. It's like, we're going to finally make him cool, let's kill him.
According to the Walking Dead universe, if you're a black character, there's only allowed one or two black characters on a season, so they always kill everybody. When they killed Tyrese, of course, and they replaced him with Morgan now. And but I guess
if they kill Morgan, I'd be furious. But okay.
Yeah, Morgan's great. Morgan's probably the best actor in that whole series. to me at least. But then there's also, what's her name with the long hair and the samurai sword? Why am I blinking at her name?
Michonne?
Michonne, right? Michonne. She's a great character. But yeah, in this season, the second person dead on screen is a black guy. The girl's boyfriend is dead. Like, well, he doesn't answer his phone, so we assume he's dead. The last guy that gets killed in the episode is a black guy. It's like Robert Kirkman's going like he's like producing this show, and then like
this is being funded by like the NYPD or something. Like they're producing this show.
At the end of the episode, like they'll have the episode meeting where they write everything, and then the writers will be like, "You think we'll get any trouble because of killing these black characters?" And Kirkman's like, "No. The world is, the society is really." They care that these characters are black and white, and then as soon as they close the door, he like clicks his heels and a giant Nazi poster comes down on his wall, and he goes, "Sieg Heil! I'm keeping the white race alive," and like he just has that.
And then he just
accent.
starts like levitating with a big smile on his face, and like he has like a magic knife, and he's like drawing like symbols and shit in the air with it that just like glow on fire.
He's able to use the magic knife to cut into other dimensions and jump into them. Whatever. What the fuck are we talking about? So anyway, there's this family. Cliff Curtis's family was Travis Manawa. I was worried because I saw Ruben Blades is in the show now. If you remember, Ruben Blades was Danny in Predator 2. Yeah, he was Danny. He played Danny. Spanish guy. I thought they were making Cliff Curtis Spanish, and I was like, he doesn't look Spanish. So I'm glad they're keeping him Maori because he's Travis Manawa, and it's nice to have a main character. I'm not rushing to make sure that every character is like a different race, but it's interesting to see somebody who's not white, I guess, as the main character. I don't care if he is white. I like Rick in the show, but it's funny to see characters not white.
He's a British white man.
Yes, that's true. Like anyway, so it's a weird family dynamic. He's I guess a literature teacher.
Well, I'm guessing basically what happened is they met in school. Obviously, they worked together, and that's how they
Is she a guidance counselor or something? What is she supposed to be?
No, I think she's a teacher too. I'm pretty sure. I'm not. Oh no, she is a guidance counselor.
Yeah, because she has her own office, and I was like, what the hell is she doing? And it's really, I mean, for them to pull off, like they had a huge guest star. I mean, like as the principal was Obama, so that was pretty neat.
Oh yeah, that's funny. That's what I said too.
He looks just like Obama. So anyway, Cliff is playing. I gotta keep saying Travis because I like Cliff Curtis's name is so fucking awesome. It's like a cartoon character. But Travis is the head of this household. He's a stepfather to Nick and Alicia. He's married. I don't know. Is he married to her? No, I guess he's not married to her.
I think they're engaged. I think they're engaged.
They're engaged. And he's obviously the stepfather to these two kids, and he also has an ex-wife, or I assume an ex-girlfriend with a son. Mm-hmm. And there's that whole dynamic. I see in the previews for the newer episodes that I guess they all meet together in this cul-de-sac that they live in, and I'm sure that's going to have a lot of interesting dynamics with characters that have been in relationships.
Yeah, they're going to have to probably he's going to have to go and rescue his other family, and they're going to be all weird about it and shit.
Yeah, it didn't seem like his ex-wife was a bitch, so it only seemed like the son was an asshole. So that seems like their dynamic is not so awful.
Yeah.
But so maybe his wife was Spanish or something.
Maybe that son will one day meet Carl, and they'll be assholes together.
Yeah. No, so far every actor is better than Carl. You say Carl's a good actor. I can't stand.
I didn't say he's a good actor. I just.
Oh really?
He gets a lot of undeserved shit. I mean, first of all, he's a fucking little kid when it starts. He does pretty decently.
Yeah, but you got to learn to act within a couple of years.
I think he's gotten a lot better as he's gotten older.
Very good. So this series is only 8 episodes long, and it has a second season.
No, it's
already
6.
ordered.
I think it's only 6.
That's what I said. 6 episodes long. What do you think?
You said 8, you asshole.
I said no. I said The Walking Dead has been on for 6 seasons so far for 8 years. Then I said this show has been 6 episodes long.
When we hear the recording, we'll hear it, and one of us will apologize.
Okay, we're in our house to ourselves against the wall. So this is going to be 6 episodes long. We'll get into the storyline, but what are your initial thoughts on the whole series? I mean, this first episode, and what do you think about it?
I mean, as I'm watching it, it's very obviously focusing way more on slowly introducing you to characters and all that stuff. I mean, nothing really happens for most
So
of the episode.
it does walk that dreaded. Let's meet the characters and learn about them before.
But it can,
craziness
because
happens.
if it was like a show I knew nothing about, and like it wasn't a spin-off, I'd be like, okay, come on guys, like you got to make it more interesting. But because we know exactly where it's going.
But do you think that makes
a little
bit? Do you think that makes it a little bit more upsetting for the fact that we know that they're zombies and they're still taking their sweet time to get to the?
Well, no,
zombie
because they're
violence?
kind
It
of
starts
having a
out
little
like it.
fun, like fleshing it out. What's the point? Like, how many times have we seen like a movie where within 10 minutes the apocalypse happens and the zombies? Like, we already have the zombies part, so they might as well drag this part out and make it.
I actually
as, like,
haven't seen enough of those films where it goes straight to the action. It seems for the most part a lot of movies just try to Dark Knight it and give a whole thing, before the actual craziness
Well, I mean,
happens
like,
at the
think
end.
of like the Dawn of the Dead movie or something, where
Okay.
it's like
Where you went
immediately
straight into it.
But yeah, or like, something starts, there's always like some violence right off the bat. Like, this is good. Like, now we get like, a couple episodes of like kind of slowly weird shit's happening. I like seeing the slow unravel. Like, my favorite, I've read The Stand like 5 or 6 times, and my favorite part of the book is always like the first part where people are slowly getting sick and it's like becoming more and more apparent, but everyone's still trying to function in society like normally.
But that's like Stephen King. That guy would he would write a book about nothing if
Yeah, I
it was
mean,
possible.
that is like the first 300 pages or something is like literally just like normal shit, but like random people are getting sick and they're not sure why, and like there's like rumors going around. Like, so this is where it's going, which is great. Like, I like that.
So with this series, it obviously cribs almost off from the first episode of The Walking Dead because it also starts with a character waking up out of some sort of comatose state. Actually, the kid who Nick is a drug user. He takes heroin and he wakes up in a stupor where he's in this church, and I don't know what that shirt was that he was wearing. It was very, very fruity.
Yeah, it was a weird shirt.
It was like a pirate shirt. It was like a nice fruity pirate shirt. And,
Maybe he was doing like homage to like Seinfeld or something.
I was waiting for him. He looked like he just fell out of a time machine. Like he looks like somebody out of the time machine movie. That car, not the
Oh, what? Back to the
not the
Future?
DeLorean, the other one, the actual H.G. Wells one, because that guy had the same shirt. I think the same like frilly white shirt. And
Okay.
he's walking around. It looks like some sort of music video because he's like skipping around in this empty church, and then he sees, I guess, the girl Gloria, and Gloria's a girl that he went to take drugs with in this place, and she's eating the face of a young
She
poor
looks
black man.
beautiful right now in this scene.
She's chewing off this young African American's face. Of course, everybody online on social media are already going crazy that all the black characters are killed off the show. I will say
You know what I see that as? It's symbolic of even a white woman gets to eat the face of a black man with her privilege.
You notice she wasn't eating that other dead white guy. She just liked the black guy. It's very.
And now we
I
have
guess
to
that's
put
saying
it.
she's
Now we have to
conscious.
put it in perspective. Would a black woman ever dare to eat the face of a white man? No. The answer is no, my friends.
Because she's not racist. Exactly. Fucking racist. Robert Kirkman strikes again. Zig
Here
Heil
we
in
go.
his house. So it's very slow moving for the fact that we get to meet these characters. We only get that first like 5 seconds when the character Nick sees all this mayhem, and it's trying to play off that maybe he's going crazy because he thought there was some drugs involved. I think that
But
other
the audience, of course, knows that he is not going crazy.
that other character that shows up later on, who I think, you think he was childhood friends with him or something? I assume because that's why the parents went to him. Like he was.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it seems like Nick's been like kind of on the run for a while now.
Yeah, that was. Damn, what is his name? That actor. Not. Okay. Maestro Hall was. Okay, Keith Powers, who plays Calvin. Who I think he was his childhood friend. I'm not sure. I'm kind of. They're kind of fuzzy. Just the parents know to visit him. And he's this drug dealer that we find out later on has been supplying Nick with heroin. And I actually wish Nick had survived, and I wish he had there was some sort of other antagonist on the series. But I guess they.
Oh, you wanted the drug dealer guy to survive?
Yeah, because I like when shows have more than one sort of threat to a main character.
I'm sure there'll be more. I mean, this is only the first episode.
Yeah, I think the show's gonna obviously deal more. They're not gonna go with the mayhem of the regular people being bad guys, I guess. Yeah, because The Walking Dead, that's kind of like what they're left with. That the zombies are the background bad guys, and then they have to like kind of bring humans up in the forefront to be how despicable they are. I'm sure maybe towards the end, but we do see previews for like riots and stuff happening. And apparently, what happens is the video. A scene that I actually liked is when Cliff and his wife, whatever the fuck is his name, Cliff Curtis's character, when he and his wife are in his girlfriend is in the car and they're stuck in traffic and there's all this like mayhem.
Yeah, that was creepy because you could see like there's gonna be a lot more of this kind of shit along the way. Like Madison is her name in the show.
Yeah, Madison and Travis are like waiting in this stuck group of cars. And hear this gunshot, so they drive back off, and it's a pretty disturbing scene just because of the sound of it. And they find out later on the next day at school that there was a shooting of a guy who was like a zombie. He was like he was in a paramedic table. I mean, there was paramedics.
It's like if we saw shit like that. I remember I've probably talked about this on this show before, but I remember there was a period with like that bath salt shit, like.
Yeah, right. So, with the eating faces and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like for like this whole month, there was like 5 things or something. Like first, there was the first guy that ate like some homeless guy's face on bath salts, and he got shot by cops and like attacked and shit. Then like a week later, there was like another thing with bath salts where someone else was. Like,
I remember famously the one where the guy was getting confronted by the police, and he cut his stomach open and was throwing his entrails at the cops. That's the one that I was like, holy God almighty.
And that happened the same time period?
Yeah.
And then there was a another person, it was like not bath salts, but it was just some roommate who like apparently killed and ate their roommate. And then there was like something else, like a cop talking about how he wanted to eat people.
Yeah, that was the cannibal cop. They let him on
and like this all happened like within like a couple of weeks of each other, and I was thinking like, wow, like like this is like zombie apocalypse. Like it felt like this was the beginning, like like we'd start seeing these news stories and like
there are like certain weird cycles of news that just kind of cluster. It's probably that this is not reported as much as possible. That it probably happens a lot, but it just kind of happened to like go like a brush fire, just continuously. All that. I mean, it's
just like. I like to think that people don't regularly, like, eat homeless people.
You would think their meat is a little bit tough.
I'd like to hope that that's not just some trend that the media is choosing to focus on this week, and that it's actually, like, a unique situation,
But we do see that from surveillance footage. There was just a bunch of footage, like helicopter footage. I don't know why they would air that on TV, because it seems like the...
Well, no, it got leaked. That's what they said.
Oh,
Someone, like, taped it with
so they're watching the footage of this slowly shuffling guy get shot to death over and over by the police. And somebody online was saying, why would they... Do you think the cops would unload that much on a guy who's shambling? They probably would have just took him down.
People who get pulled over for not having their signal on.
But this guy was white though, so that's the only problem. He wasn't. He was like the cops.
Was he though? I mean, it was a grainy picture.
That's true. Because if he was, that's true. If he was a white zombie, they probably would have been like, "Excuse me, sir, will you please walk this way?" And the cops would have had him like put a red carpet for him and shit.
Right.
But apparently that leads to riots in the upcoming episodes. Like the people start seeing that this guy gets shot and then they go berserk in the street. I don't know why that would compel people to destroy Los Angeles because of that guy. But
well, I think a lot of people thought it was fake. I mean, the daughter thought it was fake. I would think it was fake if I saw it.
And then they had that girl who said, "Headshot, bitch." That girl who's like only one episode and she annoyed me already, so I was glad she's not coming back for the series. I'm sorry, actress. But there's also Alicia, who has a boyfriend who Danny was racially thought was the same guy as the drug dealer.
No,
I'm sorry, Danny. I'm sorry. What was the
I thought it was like a fucking weird haircut or something. I couldn't
his
tell.
Haircut could disappear.
I had it on DVR and I watched it like a half an hour after.
Danny, are you friends with Robert Kirkman? Just want to ask that.
Oh,
but anyway,
shut up.
So that's Matt.
I have face blindness. Okay, Alex.
And I'm sure, you only see names. But Matt was Alicia's boyfriend. I see him as not appearing in any more episodes. IMDb will spoil the shit out of the series if you don't if you look at the names and the actors and how many episodes they appear in.
Oh, really?
And,
Yeah, and I'm not gonna look at that. I didn't even look at the upcoming part.
She was like totally looking at a schlong too as she was talking at him. Like they made it real obvious. Like there was some weird blowjob thing going on in that scene. Like I don't know what that was. I'm not kidding. Like the framing of it was strange. Like she looked at his cock as she was staring at it, and then he laughed, and then it pulled to a far away shot where it looked like she was giving him oral sex, and I don't understand what was going on. I guess
Really?
maybe it was who knows, something's going on. But you know the white racists online already were going nuts. I bet you a bunch of racists at home were like insane.
Are they
that a white
really?
girl was
No,
dating a
but for
black
real,
guy.
are people actually making comments about the?
Oh yeah, of course.
Black
It's
people
going
getting
on.
killed
It's
and
going on both. It's going on both ends. Like a lot of white
wrong
kids are
with
going
the
crazy that a white girl's dating a black guy, and then a lot of people going crazy that that the black
We
people are all getting killed.
we
on.
deserve a zombie apocalypse. Like we really do.
Then
What
we'll
the
all
fuck
be
is wrong
green,
with
so it
people?
won't matter. Because people, the only thing is everybody online is insanely
Racist,
yeah,
angry.
Well, insanely racist and also insanely obsessed with race. They won't say any of this shit outside in regular
Yeah.
stuff, but they'll say it. There's a conspiracy to everything online, and I guess it's
I don't say anything that I wouldn't say directly to someone's face because I'm joking with every word I say, pretty much.
Nobody knows that. Nobody cares. Nobody knows that about us. They don't. They really. They'll only look at us as colors, Danny. That's how it goes. But so Alicia's boyfriend disappears. So she thinks she gets stood up. I guess he's not coming back for the series unless he comes back in season 2. But I guess wouldn't you call your girlfriend? I mean, I would assume you would call your girlfriend if you were in trouble. And
Yeah.
she keeps calling back, so he does not come back. He is another African American character into the void.
He might come back. We don't know.
Well, maybe next season. It only says he's in for one episode this season. There's also what did you think of the main kid Nick? Was he annoying to you? Did you like him?
I actually thought he was a great actor.
Okay, I think I liked him too. I liked his little fidgety weirdness. He sort of
I liked him in the old man clothes too.
yeah, it was pretty funny. I was thrown off. He reminds me of Benny and June. Like if you ever watched the Johnny Depp movie, he looks like a crazy person that's trying to fucking act like Buster Keaton.
You're pretty spot on though, saying he looks like Kit from American Horror Story. That guy who's
I guess that's
Quicksilver and
he is a guy from London, so I don't know. Another Londoner tries to take our American roles, eh, buddy?
What's the deal with that?
Trump will take care of that. President Trump will take care of that. So
We'll stop all the immigration. Pretty soon we won't have any cultural influences.
He's gonna start to actually make white people disappear too himself because the Native Americans are the only ones who are gonna be here. He's gonna find some loophole. You'll see.
He probably doesn't even know that. He probably doesn't even know the history of how this country got started.
Probably not. But yeah, this shows. I think I like it. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was boring. One of my friends really was like, this shit sucks. Oh, the old Walking Dead started.
Oh, I know
because of
exactly
drugs."
what friend you're talking about.
Right, and I'm fine with it. I mean, the show actually. I like that the show has a bigger scope now, and they're just not walking around.
I didn't think it
farms
came
and
off
shit.
like a cheesy anti-drug thing, like he said. I think
No,
it
not at all,
actually
not at
was
all.
pretty nice.
I liked it. I liked the scope of it. I did feel like it was kind of dragging a bit, but that's just me. You like the dragging out of the characters a little bit.
I
And
like
the
it
fact that
because
it's-
I know what's coming, and what are they going to just hop right into it? Then it's Walking Dead Part 2. This should be
Yeah.
an origin story.
People online were saying, why weren't there more why wasn't the show taking place with cops, or the cops is the main focus, or medical examiners being focused instead of
They might
dealing with more
get
main
into that
characters that are
in
regular
later
again.
episodes.
Because they were also, I was also reading the stats on this other website where I think it's 150 people die a day in Los Angeles. Over 150 people die in Los Angeles. And,
Wow.
don't you think there would be a lot more zombies? Because as we know from the regular Walking Dead is that you die, you turn any way you die. So as any way as you die, as long as it doesn't have head trauma, you'll turn into a zombie. So it doesn't seem like a lot of people were dying this day or this week.
Well,
Except
I mean,
those
it
5 or
is
6
spreading.
people, so.
It is spreading from when it first starts to the cars and the zombie that gets shot. So yeah, probably people are dying, and who knows?
And apparently there will be a patient zero in the show, but I think that Kirkman won't explain it still, what the disease is. I think probably once he explains the diseases, he kind of takes away he fucks up the mythos for him in the comic book like that. I
Yeah.
wonder now if this show is canon for the comic book series, but I guess not because the comic book is sort of still different from the show itself as well. Were there any standout moments in this show for you?
No, not really. Actually, it was just I liked it though. I mean, it was just fun meeting all the characters.
I like the kid's face at the end. The zombie kid, the drug dealer. His face.
Yeah, I did. I
his
did
dog
like
gets knocked off.
the car scene and the thing. But how did his lip get ripped off? I guess hitting the cement.
What happened?
Well, because he wasn't eating or anything, but then he, Oh yeah, no, they're totally not the same at all, actually. I'm looking at them now, the two actors. No, how does his face get all ripped up at the end? I guess from just getting hit by the car
He gets
and
hit by the car, yeah, he gets hit by the car, and so he's on the hood, and I guess the kid stops, and I guess he must have flipped, because his arm was going the other direction, too, and his jaw must have just fell off. I mean...
Yeah.
People, listen, I've seen footage, really, really bad footage of, those kind of, in those Middle Eastern countries, how those guys kind of hang out their cars while they're speeding in the desert. You ever seen that kind of footage before? These, like, rich
No.
Middle Eastern dudes just drive on dunes and stuff. If anybody wants to look at what I'm talking about, there's a song called Bad Girls by MIA, that singer. And it's the whole video has like these Middle Eastern guys just driving, and there's like people like hanging out the side of the cars. It's like a thrill ride sort of thing.
So what? The guy fall out there?
And and there's footage of it where what's not funny, but the car flips and the guy's arm just separates off of him as soon as he falls on the floor. So it's like human.
Yeah, well, that was one thing that
maybe
did bother me actually. Is Nick probably would have been way more injured.
Yeah, humans are very malleable and destroyable.
I mean, because I've seen two people get hit by cars, and they both got fucked up.
It probably wasn't that hard of a hit, though.
Well, one of them was on a highway. I mean, my friend got hit.
Oh,
the car was going at least 40, and there was a hit and run, and my friend went flying up in the air. His head smashed. Like, he was okay. Like, he was fine, and but he definitely was hurt for months after the fact, had back problems and stuff.
Do you like the
idea
credits?
that Nick would be running around and shit. What?
You like the opening credits? I like the opening credits. I was sort of expecting them to do the same sort of song, and not the same song, but like opening where it has that.
Well, I actually got to
intro
admit,
key
I missed the very opening credits. I caught it like the first scene.
Okay, it's basically just Fear the Walking Dead, and it just says the name of the show. That's it, but it's done pretty cool. It's like all fucked up and digital and stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything else we can talk about the show. I think. Do you have any expectations about the show? Are you liking the vibe of it so far?
I am. I mean, so far they're saying there's going to be 6 episodes and then possible renewal if it does well. So,
no, it's already going to have a second season, so I think there's no worry about that. So I guess they just got to worry about the second season, really.
Is the second season also going to be 6 episodes, or is it going to be a full season?
I guess. I mean, I like the fact. I think what they're doing this is it's sort of not a palate cleanser, but a kind of a what do you call it, appetizer for the next season of Walking Dead, because Walking Dead comes back in October. So that's probably why this is 6 episodes, because they can't have like 20 episode series like just going on congruently at the same. You know what I mean?
Oh wait, no, I'm reading it on Wikipedia. It's saying second season would be 15 episodes. So,
okay.
How I feel about this, what I'm looking forward to is, I'm hoping by like episode 6 it'll just be like
mayhem,
full on like running, but still there's society like cops and military and shit. Like,
yeah, right.
So
I
don't want it to be completely over.
I mean, they really have to figure out how to not make it just be a rehash of The Walking Dead. I mean...
Yeah, well, they're going to be in, like, the military blocking off streets and that kind of shit mode, like... Because by the time Walking Dead happens, it's like there's nothing. It's just people, like, running around by themselves and stuff, so...
And I want to learn how the world just gets destroyed. I wonder, maybe they'll do something like American Horror Story where they'll jump to different... families of different characters during this season. So, I mean, who knows?
and they'll meet up, We'll see, what's the main guy's name? Travis?
Yeah.
Like, we can see, like, Travis's, like, other family and shit, and, like, what they're doing, and, like, link up with each other, and, yeah, like, I'm excited, actually. I was actually, like, not looking forward to this. Plus, I think the name of the show itself is pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, it is. I mean...
But I'm excited.
They might as well have just called it the zombie show without Rick. That's what they should have just called it. I like it. I wonder if every episode is going to be an hour and a half. I'm not sure. You think so? So they kept it.
No, I
maybe
think
it's
it was
just
just
a premiere
it was
episode.
the pilot.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was anything special. I like the scope of it. I like that they spent a lot of money on it. They have good actors. I like that there was more human elements of it. There's no Superman yet. They don't have any Michonnes or Daryls in it so far.
Yeah.
I don't think they will. I don't think the show will have a Michonne and Daryl because Michonne and Daryl are sort of
Well, they're results of
right because the
being in
apocalypse. They're
this
sort of
world.
what like Mad Max is towards the Mad Max universe because they're in that environment. So we'll see what they
Well,
do.
what
with
would
the
be
show.
cool is if we, like, I don't know if they'll show any characters from Walking Dead, but say it goes like 2 seasons. It'd be cool to see, like, Michonne when she's still, like, a sort of normal person or something, you know?
Was Michonne from the South in the series or no?
I mean, she ends up in Alabama, so, not Alabama, what am I saying? Georgia, so, maybe. I don't know.
All right, well, I guess we'll give it. I'll give this first episode. You know what? I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Trying to cry over your drug dealer friend's shoulder as he comforts you in a very delicious manner at a diner.
Okay. I'm gonna give this, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. No, 8. I'm gonna give it an 8
Ooh.
out of 10. Yeah, I'm being generous right now.
Because he said all that racist stuff. He thought those two black guys were the same character. But go ahead.
Oh, God.
He did not want me to say that in the episode.
I give it 8 out of 10.
Man, this is great. I love it.
Hold on.
I love it.
8 out of 10. Obama deciding that towards the end of his presidency, he's going to go into acting.
Do we have a title for the show yet, or no? Did you not think? Of it?
We don't have a title, but we'll just call it when we list it. We'll call it what we're going to name it.
Yes. So for
From that
this
point
episode,
forward,
we'll call it "There's No
it.
Rick." There's no Rick, and I am not going to
Suck
say the
my
joke that I was
Rick.
about to say. With that, Danny, what's the final word?
So I married an ex-murderer.
The horror deconstruction.